Now this question comes from Las Vegas, Nevada. Is heating up of the UV gel a problem for other nail professionals, or is it just me? Heating is a problem that occurs far too often and should be avoided. When any chemical reaction releases heat, this is called an exothermic reaction, or an exotherm for short. An exotherm can be very significant and even damaging, as I've talked about before in this video series. Now, I hear about this problem all the time, and it was always my chief concern when developing any type of artificial nail coating, because this can happen with any and all artificial nail coatings that cure. Not nail polish, of course, but the types that cure. They can definitely release exotherms, and I know of no exception. That's the nature of the chemistry involved, and it's unavoidable. But that doesn't mean that exotherms can't be minimized and controlled, as they can spiral out of control. So we need to control them and keep them from spiraling out of control and minimize them. When properly controlled, an exotherm can be a useful way to ensure a more thorough and complete curing of the nail coating. Exotherms can be controlled and minimized if a nail coating is carefully and responsibly formulated by somebody who's skilled in the art of development of these type of products. This exotherm allows for the nail coating to properly cure, and of course, when you're using the correct nail lamp. And that correct nail lamp is one that's been scientifically tested to ensure that it cures the nail coating to a high degree of cure so it will be safe, but without releasing excessive amount of exotherms. Exotherms can be a red flag. When a product overheats to the point of causing burns of the nail bed, that's the problem. And this is called onycholysis. Onycholysis is a medical term for the separation of the nail plate from the nail bed. Onycholysis is a sign that something is seriously wrong and should be immediately corrected before the client develops a permanent injury, which can lead to infections or even loss of the nail plate. Exotherms can be made much more noticeable and more painful when nail technicians friction burn the nail bed from overly aggressive filing, which of course happens with great regularity, and it just magnifies this problem. I would go out of my way to minimize exotherms whenever I developed a nail coating. It was one of my top goals for development, because exotherms can be a real and significant problem. I even spent months building a special scientific instrument that would very precisely measure the exotherms created by the nail plate during curing. Now, besides formulation, what other factors can cause exotherms? Well, as I mentioned before, using the incorrect nail lamp to cure a UV gel is a leading cause, just as applying the product too thick of a layer. Both these are leading causes for exotherms. For instance, LED lamps emit more UV than traditional nail lamps. So when used with a nail coating not designed for use with an LED UV nail lamp, well, this can lead to significant overheating and nail burns that can lead to onycholysis. The thicker the applied coating, also, the more heat that will be released during cure. Another common reason has nothing to do with the formula, but everything to do with overfiling. When the nail plate is filed too aggressively, or a heavy hand is used to file the nail plate, this can friction burn the nail bed and make that nail bed even more sensitive. Now, when the nail bed is injured by overfiling, it becomes so highly sensitive that even small exotherms become suddenly significant and noticeable. So avoid overfiling, of course. One of these issues that I've discussed here is the most likely reason for excessive heating or the client feeling it. So these are the first places you should look when you're trying to prevent this potentially harmful condition.